Welcome to another edition of First and 10 with Rams head football coach Brad Sherrod. I'm Jimmy the St. Christopher. The 25th ranked 5-3, 5-0 in the sack Rams had a wild, wacky, woolly, weather-delayed game at Crowley Multipurpose Stadium on Saturday. It was a homecoming Saturday, and it got a late start because of the lightning and the weather delay. The Rams ended up winning 44-36, staving off a tough Langston football team. Coach, how much did that delay at the beginning, how much did that affect the club?
I think it did, just from we were there for like 4 hours before the game ever got started. So our kids some were sleeping, relaxing, and I think we had to get ourselves going again like we were like 2 hours before the game was expected to start at 4 o'clock. So I'm sure that had an impact on how we came out early. It didn't seem to have much of an impact on Langston because they were moving the ball pretty good. But I thought our offense woke up maybe in the second quarter, started doing some things. We missed some balls, we missed some things, some opportunities that we had. Then defensively, we started to make some adjustments with the lineup and got some things going and got a little spark there.
And as Coach said, Rams were down by 16 points twice in that first half and down by 10 at the end of the first half. What'd you tell them at the halftime? What'd you tell them?
Well, I challenged them. I said, this is, we're going to see what we're made of. And we're down. We haven't really been in that situation since Lindsey Wilson, and against a team we thought we could really compete against, and we just found ourselves down. It was mental toughness. I want to see where we were and see what kind we were going to come back out and challenge. And they did. They came back out, and they went out there and just executed one play at a time, focused on their job, did their job, and as you saw, good things happened. So it really was just a challenge to the kids, and they responded.
They being the Lions, rolled up a bunch of yards passing, but only 3 rushing. Overall, were you surprised by their offense?
Well, because they had not shown a lot of empty. They shown some, but not a lot. So that was somewhat an adjustment that we had to make during the game, and that's when the different lineup came in. Because what you normally did against just a sprinkle in of option, we couldn't do the whole game, so we had to do some different things. So that was a little bit of a surprise, but that's a credit to our defensive front, credit to our front seven, because people don't think they can run the ball on us. And we're going to load the box and force people to pass on us. But we got to do a better job. Our guys were in position to make plays. We need to make those plays. You know, those touchdowns weren't like they were wide open. We were there to make those plays. We just need to get up, go challenge for the football and attempt to at least make those plays.
Rams had a balanced offense again, 551 yards total, 323 of that passing. And as Coach said, they came to life in the third quarter. What was the turning point that brought the team to life in that third period?
Well, I think the muff punt, the fumble punt by them, I thought that kind of gave us a spark a little bit because we were down, I think we were down by 10 at that point. And just to go in there, that gave us some more momentum. You know, we had scored, we had done some things, we had stopped them a couple of times, but we needed that final push, and that gave us that momentum, gave us the push to that fumble punt, to recover it, give our offense a short field to go score, and that kind of gave us the momentum there from the game.
And hats off, or halos off in this case, for Tony Roberson. He was the Sooner Athletic Conference Offensive Player of the Week, a breakout game for him. 14 lugs for 119 yards. That's an 8.5 average. He scored 3 touchdowns as well. What propelled Tony Roberson for this breakout game?
Well, he's starting to get healthy, you know, and the offensive line is blocking well enough, and he's good enough. He's seeing those holes. He has good vision. He's seeing those holes and been able to hit them and just get downhill and get what he can get. And when he does that, there's a chance for him to hit the long home run, which he did. So he's getting healthier as the season goes, which is crazy. We don't beat him up during practice. We try to give him a chance to get the run plays and what he's going to do to continue his health wise, but. Just to have him back and have his speed and his quickness is a plus for us.
And Sean Smith had over 100 yards catching, 107 on 7 catches. 8 guys caught passes. What improvement did you see in the receiving corps?
Well, once again, you see Cole spreading that ball around. And the guys are doing a great job of getting themselves in position and catching the football. And that, to me, is Cole is having confidence in them to throw the ball. You know, he doesn't have 1 or 2 favorite receivers. He's spreading the ball around. He knows where to put the ball based off what the defense is giving him. So that's a credit to him and what he's doing. They're continuing to get better week to week. And we still need to get healthy at that spot a little bit, but that'll happen. So some guys are starting to step up, do in some different positions, some different lineups there, and starting to produce for us. So we're happy that we're giving those guys a chance, because I just think that'll help us in the long run as we go out through the season.
That game had a little bit of everything, especially a lot of passes then with the delay, but penalties as well. Do you like games like that where there's that much scoring and that much throwing and that much penalizing?
No. Well, as a defensive guy, I definitely don't like people scoring on us that much. But that happens. And the brand of defense that we play, there's going to be some one-on-one opportunities for teams to do that, or at least get beat deep for a ball. That's going to happen. That's off the brand of football that we play defensively. But we need to I think we got the talent back there to get that cleaned up and be a little bit cleaner there. Offensively, we really try, and I say this every week, try to establish the run. And I think what we saw was once we got that established, it opened up a whole lot of other things for our offense. And that's our philosophy. That's the way we go about trying to do things. Now, we're not hard-headed and say you're going to load 9 in the box, we're going to still try to run it. We're going to pass it then, and that opens up some other things for us. So we just try to do those things. The penalties are the penalties. There's nothing. We just try to play clean. All I tell our guys is, no pre-snap or post-snap penalties. Things that happen in between, it's going to happen. Like some holding, everyone holds, it's going to happen. But no pre-snap or post-snap penalties. Those are the things that really hurt you.
The final regular season road game is upon us already this weekend, 2 p.m. start for the Rams up in Goodwell, Oklahoma against the Oklahoma Panhandle State Aggies. We'll check in on those Aggies after this word from NBT.
We are Texas Wesleyan University, serving Fort Worth since 1890.
And we are NBT Financial Bank, serving North Texas since 1973.
We provide customized degree programs to help you succeed in today's market.
And we provide personalized service and financial tools to help you grow your business and your accounts.
We believe in smaller, smarter.
And we believe in exceeding expectations. NBT and Texas Wesleyan, 2 Fort Worth traditions, teaming up
to build tomorrow's leaders.
Back on 1st and 10 with Coach Sherrod. Oklahoma Panhandle State next up for the Rams. It's a 2 o'clock kick up in Goodwell, Oklahoma on Saturday. They're 3-4 overall, 2-3 in the SAC. They've won their last 2 after 4 losses. So how do you see those Aggies?
Well, they're going to come in and try to run the football. That's going to be their deal. They lost their quarterback, their starting quarterback early in the year. I think the quarterback's in there now starting to get a feel for what they want to do. But they're going to try to establish the run. And that's a hard place to play. It's not an easy place to go up there and play. So we're going to have our work cut out for us to stay focused, to stop the run on defense and create some opportunities for our offense. And I think our offense will have an opportunity to do some good things as well. To continue to keep getting the ball to our playmakers and having them make plays. And our offensive line needs to continue to keep doing the things that they're doing to get better. But this should be a really good football game. I told the team we don't need more slow starts. We need to start off fast and not get behind like that. But it was a challenge last year going up there with the weather and had a delay up there. And we ended up pulling that game out and ended up winning big. But we have a chance to go in there and do some good things. We've got to take care of business, though.
Rylan Johnson and Jacob Chavez are those 2 running backs who are just, running wild. They're almost like lightning and thunder with that style. But how do you prepare? Do you do any extra prep now for a ground and pound attack like that?
Well, we always make sure we know our run fits. And to me, that's important, because we're going to be multiple. But what we try to do is keep those run fits consistent for our players. Even though it's going to look different for the offense, we try to keep those run fits very similar, consistent for them, so they can go play and play fast. But they're a good running ball club. They run it hard. They're big backs too. They're not small guys, so they're going to run it hard and get downhill. So that's where the pursuit. That's where the gang tackle. Everyone get to the football. That's where that stuff comes in to stop running backs like that.
What does the Aggies defense look like? They're led by ball hawk corner Charles Holmes III.
Mm-hmm. Well, they're multiple too, but simple. And there's a reason for that. They play fast, they play hard, they know what they're doing, they know where their weaknesses are, so they're able to cover up for those, and those don't hurt them. So we're going to have to take advantage of those things, and sometimes you can't be as those big shots as you want them, but we'll take what they give us, and which will lead to some other things. But they play a good brand of football, tackle well, very disciplined football team.
And not that the Aggies are a patsy, I'm not saying that at all, but how do you keep the focus on a team like OPSU with Ottawa big game against Ottawa coming up in 2 weeks. How do you maintain their focus just for this week rather than trying, for them looking ahead? How do you prevent that?
Well, we don't take care of this game. That game, that game is for other things. We really want to stay focused. We really try to stay focused, and our talk is about this. And to be honest with you, our kids have done a great job of that. We have not talked about Ottawa, look forward. We talk about this game. How well can we do in this game? How much better can we do in this game? And I think they know what's on the line. And they know that we need to go up there and play our best and to get to that Ottawa game so we can be at least have a chance at the conference championship. So we need to continue to keep playing and doing what we need to do. And they stay focused so far, and the coaches have stayed focused. And I think that's where the talk is, because no one's around here talking about Arizona and what that means. We're talking about what this game means, because this game could keep us from our end goal.
And our final question of the day today, as it is every day, getting to know Coach Sherrod. It's Halloween week, so the obvious question, and I gave you a heads up on this one. What's your favorite Halloween costume? Now, you could go back to when you were young, if you trick-or-treated then, if, your favorite costume now that you would wear to a party, or just any, what's your favorite Halloween costume?
Oh, well, growing up, you're a big Superman fan, so you try to go out and be Superman. Now I'm going to dress up as one of these Power 5 coaches, see if I can get me a $5 million payday.
Yeah, we were just talking about that before the taping. I just read an article. There's like 8 or 10 coaches that are making like from $4 to $6 million up to, isn't Jimbo Fisher still getting
He's still getting paid.
$73.5 million?
He's still getting paid, yeah. So I'm going to dress up one of those guys and see if they'll shoot me some money.
Great costume. Hopefully you'll get some money from them. You can funnel it into the program here. Thanks, Coach. Good luck this week.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Until next time, for Coach Sherrod and his staff, for Kenneth Flowers, James McBride, Aaron Marquardt, and Ricky Dotson, Jimmy the Saint saying so long, see you next time on First and 10. Rams up.